Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good, depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. The news updates. Come back home. Your life is more important than anything. Arewa group tells Northerners in Southeast. Asks federal government to disband armed groups and militias in the Southeast. Now, the coalition of northern groups, that's CNG, they are calling the federal government of Nigeria to disband all militias. They said armed groups in Imo State in particular and Southeast in general over the alleged destruction of their settlements. They said northern settlements in the south in Imo was destroyed, and so in that regard they said, look, the life of the northerners are more important than business, than money, than anything they are looking for in the Southeast. Therefore, they should come back home. That the Southeast is hostile to them. They are calling upon them to come back. And they are telling the federal government, say, look, go there and destroy militias. Go there and destroy armed groups. Disband them because they are hostile to our people. That's northerners. The Arewa group is saying now. Okay, the spokesperson of this northern group, they said they are coalition of northern groups, Abdul Aziz Suleiman, said, I quote, "We call on the federal government to take immediate steps to disband all militias and armed groups in Imo and other parts of the Southeast by resort to the use of force, if need be, to ensure that no group has the capacity to challenge the state in its prerogative to maintain law and order and protect citizens' lives and properties. We reiterate the call on northerners living in Imo State and all unfriendly parts of the Southeast to consider leaving the region for the sake of their lives and properties over policies pursued by the likes of Hope Uzodinma. The call on the northerners to return to the north was born out of the realization that their lives had been put at risk due to the recent actions perpetrated in Imo on the orders of the state governor. It is also by worries about their well-being and the conviction that their safety can no longer be guaranteed, and we would rather have them back in areas where their safety is guaranteed. The bottom line is that their safety is far more important than their stay there. This is a country we all wish to keep together, but not at the expense of other sections. We call on the Inspector General of Police and the Nigerian Army headquarters to interrogate the extent of involvement of their personnel in the commission of these dastardly acts against peaceful, everyday northerners in Imo State. While the North continue to support other Nigerians, particularly the Igbo, to benefit from its tolerance and accommodation, it will also demand other Nigerians to note that the laws of the land demand that every Nigerian lives and earns every Nigerian lives and earns his legitimate living in any part of Nigeria without discrimination or molestation. End of quote. And so now they are saying that the likes of Hope Uzodinma is destroying their settlements. And of course, we recall that a particular settlement in Imo, of course, they said it's Hausa settlement or whatever, or or Fulani settlement, as the case may be, was gutted by fire. And so these people are telling the Imo State Governor, the Chief Insecurity, that he's responsible for that he gave order to the army, okay, for the army to go and do that, destroy that places. That's what they're saying. The governor gave order for the army to go there. So, these northerners, they like using people and dumping them. Now they are trying to distance themselves from the man they have been using for almost 4 years now to cause confusion and commotion in Imo and other southeastern states. Okay, when their brother, the Fulani man, was there as the president. So now they are distancing themselves from him. That is, they are trying to alienate themselves from him. You have seen now their once friend has become automatically their enemy because they have used him completely. They have used him. The man is used now, and they have dumped him. Use dump. Look at what the Northerners are saying. Disband militias. You see, disband militia. Who are the militia? In the north, you have bandits, terrorists. You have armed Fulani herdsmen. You have not said you should disband them. This CNG, this hypocritical CNG, have not said anything about the Fulani herdsmen, armed herdsmen. They are always quick to defend them, protect them. But now they are calling on militia. There's no militia in eastern Nigeria. The militia you have is government-sponsored militia. That is what you can see in the southeast. If you talk about militia, the militia is government-sponsored armed gangs. Okay? So what you have in Eastern Security Network, because someone will say, what about ESN? ESN is not that kind of militia they're talking about. ESN is what is born out of the people for defense, to defend themselves, against this northerners' aggression. The terrorists masquerading as herdsmen from north who are coming down east to rape women, to destroy property, burn houses, destroy farmlands, kill people, all right, maim them. So the ESN is there to defend them, to defend the people, to ward them off from their incursion and encroachment into the eastern Nigeria or Biafra land, which is even better. And so, if you talk of militia, you talk about Asai Kopa and his men, the militia, they are there. If you talk of militia, the bandits are there in northern Nigeria. If you talk about militia, the militia are there. Okay? You have seen the terrorists, the Boko Haram, they are there. Okay? The Fulani herdsmen, they are there, well armed, killing people. And they will say they are defending their cows. You are defending your cows, you are, causing ethnic cleansing along that, middle belt. You are causing ethnic cleansing. Those ethnic groups there, the Plateau, okay, the Domas, the thieves, the Geles. You are destroying their life and their livelihood and everything. So if you go there, of course, you see the report that's just emanated that the largest IDP camp in Nigeria is in Benue State now. The largest IDP camp. So that's to tell you the level of atrocities and the carnage the Fulani herdsmen have committed in that region, the north central or middle belt region. But you see, they are quick to point at the southeast because their house or their settlement, as they claim, was gutted by fire. They are calling their brothers to come back home. They should go back home. They should listen to their brothers. They should go back home. If they feel that southeast is not secure for them because they are the ones causing problem, they are the Fulani herdsmen you are talking about. So if they feel that the southeast is not safe for them because nobody is giving them chance to commit the genocide, they should go back home and stay in their north. That is it. So it's not by force to stay in a particular place. The Igbos who are in your location or in your region, they have been peaceful. Nobody has said the Igbos are invading communities. They are burning buildings, houses, on account of what? No. They have been peaceful. Rather, they are developing rural areas, making them cities, turning them to Eldorado. Okay, developers going to the hinterlands, hitherto, grazing land for animals. Nothing is there, just poverty. The Igbo man will go and turn it to something else, and it becomes lucrative, a city, and it becomes viable. So that is what the Igbo man is known for. The economic activities will start booming and booming and booming. So that is the point. If the southeast